Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Lesson 21. Oh, okay, that's great. Lesson 21. We're going to talk about prime and composite numbers and prime factorization. Hopefully you've watched the practice set first so that you are familiar with both of these terms. Start problems can be found on page 155 of your Saxon Course 2 textbook in the written practice. So let's get started. Number 6 says list the prime numbers between 50 and 60. Now the best way to do this is to write this out. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, it would be great. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. And what I can do, first thing I can do is I can cross out all of the even numbers because those are composite. So 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, and 60. Those are gone. And then I know 55, 5 goes into that. So now I need to see which ones of these. I think 51 is special. 5 plus 1 is 6, which means I think that 3 goes into 51, but I'm going to double check. Okay, let's try again. Darn it. Clear. Yes, so this is composite because 3 times 17 is 51. That's a sneaky one. So I think we just have 53, 57, and 59. Let's see. 9 plus 5 is 14. 3 plus 8 is 3. 57. So 5 plus 7 is 12. Let me see if 3 goes into 57 as well. It does. So that's also not going to be a prime. So we only have 2 prime numbers between 50 and 60. And that's them. Okay. Number 7, write out the prime factorization of each number. My preferred method is the factor tree because you don't have to start dividing by primes. You can start with whatever factors you want to start with and just keep going until you're done. You can use whatever method you want to use. So let's see, 50 is 5 times 10. 5 is prime. 10 is not. 2 and 5. So I'm going to write it's 2 times 5 times 5. 60, let's see, 2 times 30, and then 5 times 6, 2 times 3. So I have 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, and you'll see whenever I list my prime factors, I always start from the lowest and go to the highest. Let's see, 3 times 100, and let's do 2 times 50. And 2 times 25. You'll see I'm circling the prime numbers as I go because I know that I don't have to go any further. So this is 5 and 5. So let's see, I have 2 2's, 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 5. All right, number 11, what is the perimeter? So this is the outside measurement of a regular quadrilateral, meaning all sides same. Quadrilateral meaning 4-sided figure, that's 12 inches. So I have a 4-sided figure, all sides are the same. That's a square. The perimeter is equal to 12, and I know that if each of these sides are the same, then the perimeter is equal to 4s. So 4s is equal to 12. If I divide by 4, and I'm going to have to erase this to see the next problem, I get that the side is 3. That's not what it's asking me, though. It's asking me area. So now area is length times width, or side squared for a square. So 3 times 3 is 9. That's my answer. So let me erase that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do number 12 in this view so that I can manipulate this inch ruler. So it says use a ruler to draw a rectangle that is 3/4 inches wide and twice as long as it is wide. So let's see if I can flip this and move it. Like 3/4 of an inch is going to be, let's see, let's do red, that's fine. So 3/4 is right here. So I need to draw a straight line this way. And so my other side, okay, let's see, twice as long. So 3/4 times 2 is 6/4, which when I divide that out is 1.5. So let me flip this again. Flip it back. Oh no, not that. That we need. Okay. No, we want this. Okay. There we go. Flip it so that it's there. We go. And we'll put it on 0. And we need 1.5. So let's see. Oh. Not sure what's going on. I'll do it down here then. 1.5 is here. So this is 1.5. So this is 3/4. This is 1.5, which means this is going to be 3/4. And let me move this guy. Not what I wanted. There we go. We'll move him down here. Okay. And then this is 1 1/2. So I've drawn the rectangle. How long is the rectangle? I just figured that out here. 1.5 inches. And then the perimeter, I'm going to have to add all the way around. To do that, I'm going to change this back to 1 2/4. So we have a common denominator. So I have 3/4 plus 3/4 is 6/4. Okay. And then I have 1. Well, actually, I guess I could use 6/4 because I have 2 of those. So 6/4 plus 6/4, that's the 2 long sides, is 12/4. 12/4 plus 6/4 is 18/4. Now I'm going to divide this because that's the actual perimeter. What I did was I added 3/4 and 3/4, which is here. I added 1/2 and 1/2, which is here. And then I added them both here. So 4 goes into that. 4 times 16, 2/4, or 1/2. So this is 4 1/2. That is a lot of bread. All right. If you have questions about 12, please let me know. I kind of went through that a little bit quick. Let's look at 13. It says find the perimeter. So we have a missing side right here. This side is missing. And I know that this side is 12. And this side is 3. So I know that this side is going to be 12 plus 3, which is 15. Okay, and then let me change colors. And I have a missing side right here. So I know this whole thing is 8, but this is 5. So this is going to be 8 minus 5, which is 3. So now I can do the perimeter. And if I start at 15 and go that way, I have 15 plus 5 plus 12 plus 3 plus 3 plus 8, which is I got 46 inches. There we go. All right. 22 has 2/3 to the third, so that means we're going to multiply this out 3 times. So it looks like this: 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3. So we multiply across the top. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. Multiply across the bottom. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. And that's your answer. All right, 23A, write the prime factorization of 225. Okay. Well, I know 5 goes into it, but I don't know how many times, so let me check my calculator. 45. Okay, this is something we can do, because this is 5 times 9, and this is 3 times 3. So this is going to be 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. Okay, and then this says write the square root of 225, or find the square root of 225 and write its prime factorization. So if I plug this into my calculator, square root of 225, I get 15, which means it's 15 times 15, and 2 in the house, 1 comes out. So the answer is 15. Prime factorization of this is 3 and 5. Now can you see how here I have twice, I have 2 3s and 2 5s, and here I just have 1 3 and 1 5. They're trying to get you to see that. Refer to the circle to the right with the center point M. Which segment is the diameter? Okay, so the diameter goes from one side of the circle to the other side of the circle, and it goes to the center. If it starts at one part of the circle and ends at the other part of the circle and goes to the center, that's a diameter. So you can use CB or BC. Okay, and it's a segment because it starts and ends on the circle. Which segment is a chord but not a diameter? So a chord starts at one side of the circle, ends at the other side of the circle, but does not go through the center. So that's going to be AB, or BA, however you want to say it, doesn't matter. Starts and ends on the circle, but doesn't go through the center. Okay, which two segments are radii? So we know that this is a radius, and this is a radius, because the radius times 2 is your diameter. So you could say CM and MB. And then which angle is inscribed? So an inscribed angle has its vertex or corner on the circle. And the only inscribed angle that has its vertex on is this ABC right here. So you could say angle ABC, or you can go the other way around, angle CBA, as long as B is in the middle. Alright, number 30. Let's change colors here. Refer to the triangles below to answer A through C. Which triangle appears to be congruent, same to ABC? It's not this one, because this has an obtuse angle and this has a right angle. This has a right. I think it's this one. I think it's so let's name it correctly. So if C is the right angle here, that means J is the right angle here. So J would go there. JK, so I think K is A and B is L. KLJ. Okay. Which triangle is not similar? It's going to be triangle DEF. Doesn't matter what order you put these in, it's not going to be similar. And then which angle in QRS corresponds to angle A and ABC? So A is right here. This is the shorter leg, and it's on the 90 degrees. So here's my 90 degrees. This is the shorter leg, and it's going to be S. And I think that's it for lesson 21, starred problems. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day.